actually get to pick.
Yeah, all the pickers know that they don't even show up if it's not -8 minimum.
Yeah, well, we make the
If it's going to be clear tomorrow, there's a very good chance.
It's going to be clear tomorrow and -3, 4, 5 all day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
perfect.
it's perfect.
That's perfect. Then we get the grapes pretty much solid before the -8 hits. That's really great.
Hey Harold, I can't see the temperature dropping down enough tonight. It's only -4 now, it's 4 o'clock, and I don't think we're going to make it. So I need you to give everybody a call and tell them to stand down, and hopefully we'll get it tomorrow night.
To make superb ice wine, first thing you need is superb grapes, and we are so blessed in the Okanagan Valley. This is one of those rare places in the world where we have that perfect balance of conditions to make world-class wines. And it's a small region, so there's not very much of it. It's a rare, beautiful thing. And then we're singularly blessed because not only do we have a growing season to ripen these grapes perfectly for wine production, but we have a winter that's cold enough to freeze them on the vines and turn our beautiful wines into ice wine.
Well, we're November 19th, and it's happening. Just after Harold, the vineyard manager, had gotten through with phoning everybody, telling them they didn't need to show up, he got to do it all again and tell them to show up.
The temperature was doing what it was supposed to do today, but late. And then we had a sudden drop of about 5 degrees within a couple hours. And that's what made
Made it all happen.
made it all happen.
So we're picking the frozen grapes on the vine because part of the whole ice wine making process is they have to freeze naturally on the vine. So we're picking frozen grapes on the vine. So we'll go over here in the Riesling block and you'll see a lot of people with headlamps on and buckets. A month ago you'd have to use snips or clippers to pluck them off, but now they just come off by hand. And that's why the wind and the weather eventually take their toll on these, because the stems just rot at some point and drop the grapes to the ground, which is all designed by nature to do that. We'll probably pull, well, we got 17 acres we're picking here tonight, and we should be able to, I'm hoping that we'll get through it all, but it also depends on the temperature. If the temperature starts to rise, we lose the freeze, then we have to stop. So anyways, well, we'll see what happens. Well, Canada is one of the largest producers of ice wine in the world, and the ice wines are stellar. I mean, the climate is really ideal for it as well.
What do we call it? The nectar of the gods from God's country. Ice wine. Imagine, just the nectar of the grape, no water.
Yeah.
Isn't that magnificent? Like, no other product has that. That's why it's so special. Also why it's, it's expensive. Just to make a bottle, a half bottle, it's very expensive to do. You get about 15% of what you'd normally get in the normal harvest.
If you look at these grapes now, these are like frozen little marbles, and we give them a squish, and there's nothing happening. When we actually break it open, you see it's just ice. The water is literally ice crystals in there. And that's what we're going to squeeze out. See that little bit of juice there? That's the syrup. That's ice wine right there. So officially, the official airport temperature is -13, but what we're seeing right now with the cloud coming in is it's actually starting to warm up.
We can feel it.
Yeah, everybody can feel it.
And you can.
Yeah, and there's, so we're going to be shutting down here at probably around 1.
Okay.
And that'll be her for today.
So Eric called it off. It was 1, it was getting warm. It's a bit of a bummer, that's the truth. But the fact is that when you're into ice wine and you go all in, that's a chance you take. And it's not over. That night is over. We still have grapes hanging, they're looking good. So, we're just waiting for the next round.
We were just in the field and we've been picking grapes all evening. So now the bins actually get transported down to the crush pad. So the first thing they do is they come up top and get weighed. So they take a weight on each bin. And then they get moved down here into position. You can see them down here. And from there they'll get actually tipped into this conveyor belt, which will bring them up here, drop them into this next conveyor, which will come over here and drop into the press. The press is where, once we have it filled, we'll close the doors and we'll apply about 120 psi or 6 bar pressure to the whole lot. And that extreme pressure will elicit initially nothing. It's very anticlimactic. And then it goes a little longer and it'll drip a little more, and then we'll crank it up a little more, and that's our process. And that may take half a day, it may take 2 weeks. It really depends on how cold it is. Once we've got the juice out of the frozen grapes into the juice pan, first we have to warm it up because it'll be -6, -8. So we warm it up, then we add yeast to it. And the yeast are going to basically, they're the mother of the wine, if you will. They're going to convert all those sugars into alcohol and carbon dioxide, leaving some, they won't ferment it completely through. They'll leave some grape sugars behind, or actually quite a bit. That's why it's so sweet. You'll never find a dry ice wine, ever. And if you do, it'll be so alcoholic, it'll knock your socks off. It'll be like ice wine vodka. So then we ferment it, and after we ferment it, we basically rack it and filter it, cold stabilize it, and filter it, and it goes into a bottle. Put a label and a cork in it and all that good stuff, and then it comes to you.
You know, the intensity of this wine, the purity of flavor in this wine, it is just perfect. It is so beautiful. And all the passion, the hard work, the expense, the dedication that goes into making ice wine here at Summerhill, there is no other way to arrive at a result like this in the glass. And that's what it comes down to, what's in the glass. It's perfection. So I'm so proud of this wine. I hope you enjoy it. Cheers.